My name is Castyelo and A.Sogen, and this is an explain about Verb 1, Verb 2, Verb 3, and Verb ing. So, yeah, learning verb is one of the things that you have to do when learning English. In grammar rules, a sentence can be said to be complete if it is composed of only noun and verbs. Verb 1 has another name, namely the infinitive. In English, an infinitive is a verb that hasn't been modified with any tenses. Examples of infinitive are ordinary verbs such as walk, eat, write, watch, and the like. In short, verb 1 is the original verb and still in the base form. Verb 1 is generally only used for the simple present tense with the addition of s or es if the subject is he, she, it. But if the subject is I, you, they, and we, it is enough to use the original verb 1. Example, she walks alone right in the middle of the night. I do care about this matter. Dad goes to school to take my annual school report. They buy a big flower bucket for their mother. Verb 2 whose full name is the past tense verb, which is the verb used for the past tense. So if in verb 1 we didn't talk about tenses, in verb 2 tenses are starting to have an effect. If you want to make a sentence using the simple past tense, for example, then what you use is verb 2, not verb 1. So there are two types of verb 2. The first one is regular verb. It's a verb 2 form that doesn't change drastically from its verb 1, usually just adding ed at the end. Example of verb 1 which are regular verbs are call, accept, agree, and many more. Example, I call her name every day. It's simple present. Then, I called her name every day back when I hadn't moved on. It's a simple past. The next one is irregular verb. Irregular verbs are verb 2 which undergoes a drastic change from its verb 1 form. Irregular verbs do not use the ending ed as a verb 2 marker, but change the arrangement of the letters in the sentence. There are even irregular verbs whose verb 2 doesn't change at all from its verb 1 form. Example of irregular verbs include see, sing, run, read, quit, and many more. Example, she sees someone sneak into your house. She saw someone snuck into your house yesterday. The first one is simple present and the second one is simple past. Next is verb 3. Verb 3 is a verb that is used for a variety of things, from being an adjective to a verb from the perfect tense. Just like verb 2, verb 3 also has regular and irregular verbs. Usually in irregular verbs, verb 2 and verb 3, the form is always the same. So just for irregular verbs, the form verb 2 and verb 3 can experience the difference. Though, of course, there are some special verbs like read and quit which don't have a verb 2 or a verb 3 form. Example, she has gone. Nobody could call her back. Grandpa had been a firefighter for 10 years. Okay. Next one is verb ing. The difference between verb 1, verb 2, and verb 3 may be different, but depending on whether the verb is regular or irregular. But in verb ing, there is no such thing as regular, irregular. Verb ing is a verb that is usually used to describe something that is happening. It's present participle. Although it is not uncommon to be ground, a noun derived from a verb. If you want to make a verbal sentence in the form of continuous tense, you must use verb ing. Apart from being a continuous verb, you can also use verb ing as a noun, adjective, or ground phrase as well. More details about verbing as present participle grounds are below. Present participle. As already explained, verb ing as a present participle is located in a sentence in the form of continuous tense. Example, I'll be watching TV when you come at 6. We're driving to Canada. She has been waiting for you for the last 6 months. So that's the difference between verb 1, verb 2, verb 3, and verb ing. Thank you.